So chat with me while I fit up a new microphone. I've got the arms set up. Now I'm trying to put this on. But anyway, there are many people, and when I say many, it's because let's say 3 out of every 5 people that I have met in the past 4 to 5 years has this familiar feeling. I don't fit in. I don't fit in. I don't want to be here. And for those who are really deep down in the muck, they feel as if the world would be better off without them, type of thing. Do you know that feeling? Or you know somebody who has that type of feeling? Because I'm a bit of both, okay? You know what I found out? What if you are in a dark place because you were called? Like from a soul level, what if you were called to have this dark experience, to go through this dark lesson? Not necessarily for yourself. It could be, but not necessarily for yourself, but you're placed in this dark situation because you are the light that is supposed to explore and light this place up, light the situation up, light this family up. You're the one who was called within this situation, within this family, who's going to break generational curses. You're the one. However, no matter how challenging it may seem now, the challenge is something that you are up to. You are up for this challenge from a soul level. Now, in the human form, it does seem hard because these words are ingrained here. It's so hard. It's such a struggle. I can't. But within the soul level, there's a bit of excitement, wanting to go to the next thing that excites you. Yes, it's hard, but the soul doesn't see it as hard. It sees it as a challenge. So this situation that you're in that feels so dark, you are supposed to be the lighthouse within this situation that nobody has been bold enough to speak up to. Nobody has been brave enough to stand up to move past. You're breaking these generational curses of all the women in your family, all the men in your family who's always said, yeah, however, that's not for us. Culturally, we never do that. No, that's for that type. No, we don't deserve it. No. But you're the one, although it seems challenging to you. Why? Because you're here to break that spell. You're here to break that belief system. You're here to reinvent the wheel, to say, listen, we can. There's no believing in can't anymore. And that's what I saw, and that's what I keep getting, that there's so many people here who feels misunderstood. But on a soul level, you chose this. I chose this. Extremely challenging. But when you get to see the support system that you have, especially the ones who are going through challenges, whether it's illnesses, whether it's family, whether it's financial, whether it's mental, whatever it is, it's a challenge that somehow you stepped into on a soul level with excitement. The human body now, when you start to compare yourself with everything else in the world, the ego steps in first and say, yeah, you're meant to struggle. That's all that you're meant to do. So no better will come of this. And then all of a sudden, because you're misunderstood, maybe you speak different, maybe you see different, maybe you just know within yourself that this is not enough for me. I don't plan to settle. And the minute you start to think outside of the dynamics of culture or family beliefs or structurally or economically, people start to look at you and say, who do they think they are? You think you're better than us? We did it that way, and we had to work hard and we had to struggle to do it, so you better get in line. Well, no, you don't. If this is how you feel, the world needs you more than anything else, because if you should notice or feel from your heart, the world is changing, honey. The world is changing right before your eyes. And many people won't realize until it has changed, and they feel so claustrophobic, they either have to implode or get in line. And you are the ones who are here to change it. Now, don't chicken out, okay? Because on a soul level, this is needed now. Now, there's so many way makers and so many game changers and so many people out there just being this beacon of light. Now, let me explain how that works to you. Everything is energetic. So if you can progress with the positive thought of taking sacred action towards something that's going to make yourself better, or your generation or your family or your kids better, just that alone is so infectiously spreading in frequency. It's like the chants that I have in this memory, this pastime memory I had. The chants that go out aren't like the chants from ancient times that we used to hum amongst the trees with the wind, that brought this frequency of love and confidence and memory of knowing the gifts and the magic that we are. The frequencies now comes from the thought that we have, this thought of self-love, this thought of self-healing, this thought of self-deserving, because you deserve a happy life. Not settling, oh, my mother went through a relationship that was just as abusive and she survived it, so I can survive it too. No, your soul is screaming out to you that you don't. Your soul is screaming out to you that not one more woman in this generational family will go through this, because you are the one who's going to stand up to it now and say, not anymore. We are breaking this cycle right now. So, to all the game changers, the ones who woke up this morning and you're probably still into bed moping because you know the minute you go through your bedroom door, it's going to feel as if you're in an alien city because nobody understands you. It's okay. You are not alone, okay? I had this memory of being in my mother's womb. And let me tell you, this concreted everything for me. Sorry, I'm still fixing my mic. Because in this memory that I had, I was still in the embryotic state. But what was very interesting to me is the fact that my soul decided to come in at a certain point, but I realized that even before I was in my mother's womb, in that memory, I chose her. I chose her on a soul level because I saw that generationally, all the women within her family had this cycle that I wanted to break, this cycle of self-love and self-healing, this thing that has happened from generations and generations, unconsciously not known to all the women, but it was something that was passed down. I don't know if it's genetically or it's within the stories that were told to them of the ancestry, and this is the struggle, and because of slavery, and they had to go through this, and they were raped, and they were this, and they had to struggle, and they didn't have the right to speak, so they have to be submissive. And because of that, the women within this lineage, they have, I don't know if it's unconsciously, but it has to be, they just came down, every woman within this family, accepting, okay, we are submissive, we can settle, it's okay to settle, because grandmother and great-great-grandmother did that. And remember, we are coming from slavery, and they had life really hard. It's not so bad to be in this type of lifestyle, even though we have to submit, because at least we're living. And on a soul level, I have this memory of being in the womb deciding, no. I am choosing this family, this mother. I'm going there to teach her self-love and self-healing. I'm going there no matter what to teach her that she is already loved, that she does not need to look outside herself for love. And on a soul level, this is what this soul chose to come in. And knowing that coming in, it wasn't much about the words that this child was going to speak to this mother. It was a frequency and the intention of coming in to this womb in this embryotic state. And I love when I have these memories and then my guides concrete it with more dreams and more visions where I am seeing more and I'm remembering more. And then I realize on a soul level, we aren't just this flesh and bones. We all came here on a mission. So really, for the ones who really do feel misunderstood, you feel I don't fit in, my family is so dysfunctional, it's because you chose them. You chose this family because you decided, I know it's going to be challenging when I get there, and there is this physical third dimensional state that we are in. When I get there, I know it's going to be challenging because they're so used to this norm, but I'm choosing this family because I'm going to break this norm and help them to understand that love is unconditional, not with conditions. I love you if you look this way. I love you if your sexuality is this way. I love you if you believe this way. I love you if you pray this way. I love you if you're from that side of the world. I love you if those are conditional love. And on a soul level, What I've learned is there's absolutely no condition with their love. That's why if I do channel, or if I do have a message, or I'm meditating and I do have a connection with any angelic team, any guides, anything, any being, the love that transmute to me is so overwhelming that I can't help but have my body in absolute discombobulated, and tears are running out of my eyes. And it's not that it's overwhelming, but the frequency is so potent to my soul that my body's trying to catch up with it. Like, oh my gosh, this is like drugs. I've never felt this type of love, and my body's trying to own it. That's the type of love that we really should be giving to ourselves first. And then with that, it kind of trickles. It's a ripple effect, like dropping a water, like, you know, dropping a droplet into water and seeing the ripple, and it starts to spread. That's who you are. So the dark place that you're in now, don't worry about this dark place. It's a challenge that you chose. You are going to remember from a sound, from a word, from something visual. You will remember exactly why you're here. Eventually, I did. And when you remember, it's all going to make sense. This dark place isn't having me as a prisoner. I chose to come here to spark this light. And just like that, it's either going to be by a sound, by a song, by a frequency, whatever it's going to be. It's just going to be that thing that you realize, and you know what happens then? You have absolutely no fear. You don't care what anyone else thinks or says when you start to activate yourself, because then you remember that you're more than this flesh and bones, that the godness flows through you, that you are so supported. And we have to try to remember this, guys. It's not the worst thing in the world to be misunderstood. Where we are right now, is where I'm sitting right now. 100 years from now, it's probably not even going to be a house. It's probably not going to be an art room. It's probably going to be different beings here. It's probably going to be an evolved hybrid type of me. Another generation, another planet, another world. Who knows? But right now, in our now moment, understand that you are loved. You deserve every single thing. And the reason why you're breathing, this minute, is because there's something calling you, asking you to remember that which you are. And when you do, yeah, you're going to cry tears too, just like I did, because it feels so wonderful to understand, oh my God, you've been there all the time. I've met you so many times. God, you were that person there. You were that situation, that thing that I went through. Oh, and this darkness, really, I am here to teach them a lesson. Okay, although I'm misunderstood, although they call me on the spectrum, but I'm here to teach them how to be compassionate. I'm here to teach them unconditional love. I'm here to teach them to remember that which they are. And all of a sudden, life doesn't seem too bad. You know, it just won't. It's an experience. It's an opportunity for a soul to come in and have like a field day, you know, going on. You know, you're going out for camp for summer. This is the experience you have in the body. And everything that you will have, everything that you will experience is not to break you. It's taking you to this breakthrough. And you have to always remember, you're never failing. You're always on the path of becoming. So while you are becoming, pat yourself on the shoulder and just tell yourself that you're proud of you. You still have breath, which means you still have a mission to complete, okay? So don't feel so bad. See you in the next video.